Hi, Jorin's bumhole. It's me, Bimblin Bloodaxe of the Lonely Mountain. Join me here in my Lord of the Rings online playthrough as I help the Free Peoples banish the shadows of Angmar from Eriador.
Hazard I menu!
Coolness. Right, here we are with Freddy Gar. Got the state of the door. Who's done that to your front door, Freddy Gar? I don't know. Oh, in fact, I'll have to dismount. I've been doing my housekeeping and a few bits and bobs, so I had to get on my horse. But now, we're back to questing.
Oh, mercy me!
What? Who? I don't have it. Oh, wait. You aren't one of them Black Riders. I must tell you, I haven't been so frightened in my life. Did they learn anything from me? Well, those riders came busting into the house, but I'd already slipped out the back way. Not a thing did they get from me. When the sheriffs came, they made me tell them about Frodo and the others going off in the old forest, but I didn't say a thing about the enemy's ring. Oh dear! I mean, what is that? It sounds like crows. Yeah, you're really good at keeping a secret, you aren't you, Freddy Gar? Now we know about the enemy's ring. Stop hitting him. He deserves a headbutt. Uh-oh, more are coming. Goes for an area effect attack. Kills both of them. I didn't get all of them though. Some flew off into the old forest. I hope they don't come back. Okay, gotta go and talk to Lenglin. And we've got to go and talk to Farmer Maggot as well. So we'll talk to Farmer Maggot first, and then we'll come back, talk to Lenglin, and as if by magic, we will be directed back into Buckland and the Old Forest. We'll just finish off that bingo quest as well, because as if by magic, we will again end up going to the Old Forest. The other thing we can do here is we can kill those bears and boars and what have you. Because we don't do those particular quests in the Old Forest, we do them out here. Not many about. That is bad news, actually. That is bad news. I was hoping that at this time in the morning... Oh, it's alright, there's a few over here. But there's not many wolves, there's no more wolves. The boar heads collected. Still got the shanks of meat though. So we've got like carcasses and meats and various trophies and stuff. So we'll have to kill a few of these. Do this first, then we'll talk to Lenglin, and then we'll go and see good old Farmer Maggot. Okay, there's another bear over there. There's a bear over there. Die. It seems to be all bears here. Might not have to kill any more now. Well, not any more bears anyway. Oh no, we need another bear hide, so we will have to kill more bears. At least one. Need another wolf carcass. Should be getting some medium hides anyway, at least. This one, the last bear is. So we need 4 more boar shanks. Another wolf carcass. Come on, respawn. Where are you? Just get on my horse. So we're going to have to go a bit further afield, which is unfortunate. There's not many wolves about. No more than this. I think there may be one off in the distance there. There's 2. Excellent. So we just need a couple more boar carcasses. Boar shanks, sorry. Check if there's any on the other side of the road. Boars. Seems to be bears now. Is that one? Haha, there's one. You got a friend. One more. That's a bloody bear. Damn it. Oh, don't let this be one of those, like, it's the last one. Kill this wolf. waiting. That's right, you stay still. I'll turn you into a pin cushion. Is that one? Yes, it is. Come on. Drop. That's all them done. Don't think there's anything else. Let's just check. Those are the forest ones. Yeah, I've done them all. Done them all. Let's head to Lenglin. The L.
Greetings.
The enemy's ring. It is no wonder Aragorn was so secretive as to why the enemy was seeking Baggins. Yeah, bloody hell, Fredegar Bolga. If the Crebain heard Fredegar's words, the enemy will know for certain that the ring is no longer in the Shire, and all will be lost. Finding those birds in the old forest will not be a simple task. I would ask you return to Aragorn in Bree and seek his counsel on how to find these foul birds. We will do that shortly, because we've got to turn in No Time for Tours to Barlim and Butterbur anyway. But we can use the old return to Bree trick. Got the milestone, remember? And then we can quickly use the stable master to ride back here on a quicker horse. But first of all, let's go and see Barliman. Barliman. We'll see him in a bit. Go and see Farmer Maggot. But right, Farmer Maggot.
I've no chuck with strangers.
What now? More blasted strangers? Get off my... Oh, Celandine Brandy book sent you? Well then, I should at least speak fair to you. She sent you to ask about notes. I sent those on a while ago with my son Rollo, his friend Doderick and Will Mac Brandybuck, one of my farmhands. My son wrote those notes because so few other hobbits around here know the forest at all. He probably stopped off at the inn in Newbury just inside the Haygate of Buckland. Likely all three of them are busy carousing rather than doing their duties. If you look for them there, I'm certain you can coax the notes from them. Right, so we've got to go back. Right, here we are back here. We'll turn all these in. Oh, we've just got one thing I forgot. But it's alright, it's just here. Before we turn all these in, we've got to get those mushrooms, haven't we? The mushrooms are all in this bit of marsh here. And we can use the old, you've guessed it, delete key and then U key. Probably going to have some problems with slimy river slugs, but like this one who's just coming now. But then we can get back to it. The slime will slow us down momentarily. Yeah, so you've got to get 20 mushrooms. Fortunately, there's loads of them. But, yeah, we're only picking up 20 mushrooms. Tell these are meant for hobbits. Greedy little swines. 20 mushrooms? With the slugs as well, we've only run into one. the others are greyed out, so we've ran past them. Nearly there now. Last one. Back we go. Yeah, so use the delete key, U key trick there. Won't take you long. Back to Newbury. And now we'll turn them all in.
Hello there.
Adso will be pleased with this delivery. We will salt and smoke the meat, and it will serve as the centre of our food for men within the inn. Thank you for taking the time to collect this meat for me. Here, you have earned this reward.
How do you do?
Look at all this bountiful fare. You've certainly held up your end of the bargain well, friend. I shall do the same. The ovens at the inn will smell like the finest ovens in all the Shire. This is a fine day. Ted.
Greetings, friend.
These are excellent samples. I'm certain that the taxidermist can make these into fine items befitting a lodge. Adzo will be quite pleased. Here is your payment, and thank you for your assistance. We'll take those battle gauntlets. Ooh. To
Hello there.
Drumrick.
Might I speak with you
He's
a
got
moment?
another quest. I must say, I never expected that the outpouring of generosity we have received. Certainly, we have paid for services we have been given, but the harvest is so great that we have no means to transport our goods to Adzo's camp. I must ask you a small favour. Just outside of Brandy Hall to the south, there is a stable where I have seen Tolly Brockhouse, the local woodcutter, speaking with folks. Yes, we've had a chat with him. I'm certain that he will be willing to help. Could you speak with him and see if he can spare a wagon for the trip to Adzo's? Let me know what he said when you are done. We'll do that for you, mate. And here he is, Wilmac.
Please, leave me to my sorrow.
Farmer Maggot sent you. Just what I needed on top of all else that's happened. As if it were not enough that the big folk took everything that we had to deliver, and that Rollo and Doderick went off on their own.
Might I trouble you for some help?
Some man from around Bree came to Maggot's demanding food and got run off by the dogs. But as we, Rollo, Doderick and I, crossed the bridge, we were waylaid by big folk just like him on the bridge. They made us take everything from our wagon and put it on theirs, and then they headed off east along the Great East Road, but not before giving a good licking to Mr. Maggot's own wagon. Now look at her, all in tatters. I know I was lucky to get away with my hide, but without that produce being delivered, my hide will be worth nothing after Maggot gets done with it. Doderick and Rollo ran off after the wagon and found that the brigands' camp is between here and Adzo's camp on the north side of the road. I'd appreciate it if you could get the produce back. We'll do that later. And is there anything else we need to do here quickly? We'll do... Oh yeah, we've got to do bingo, haven't we? There are a few of his relatives that we haven't spoken to yet. There's one. Asleep behind the A stack.
Let a fellow sleep if you have any
What is
decency.
it? What's it, honey? I fell asleep. If you've got any decency. You tell Berrylack that Bingo Boffin, his first cousin once removed, has come to visit. Well, alright. I'll get up in a moment. Lazy cat. Right. So we've got Esmeralda and Fosco. I think I can remember where they all are. We'll just chat to the woodcutter. So here's Tolly. Sharing the load.
Is there something I can do for you?
Drumrick Ragwort needs a wagon. I suppose I could spare a wagon and a couple of mules to share the load towards the camp. Drumrick is a good fellow and will surely return them when he's done. With the trouble we are seeing in the old forest, it seems unlikely I will have need of all my wagons in the foreseeable future. Tell Trumrick that I will send along a driver, 2 mules and a wagon by sundown on the morrow. I should expect that he can have it back to me within a week. And if you're looking to help out around here, there is plenty to do. Well, that's on my radar. On my radar. Right, I think one of these pesky kids is in this bit of a swamp here, singing. Of course, that's what you do, isn't it, if you like singing? You find the nearest swamp and singing it. She's round here somewhere, I'm sure of it. There she is. God, I'm having a dance. Go for it, Ezzy.
Dancing is something you can do anywhere. And should.
La la la, deedle deedle, la la la. You apologise for the interruption, and also tell Esmeralda that Bingo Boffin, her first cousin once removed, has come to visit. What a lovely surprise! I will return home in a moment. Dancing is something you can do anywhere, and should. Carry on, kid. The toads are loving it. Right, we'll head up this way. There is a crafting area around here, I believe. Yes, there's the forge. And where is the other one? Got 2 more, Fosco and Griffo. There's Fosco. Asleep? Is he? Yes. In a wagon. One of Fosco's eyes blinks open and he studies you closely. You apologise for waking him and also tell him that Bingo Boffin, his first cousin, once removed, has come to visit. Alright, I'll go there in a moment. His eye blinks shut and the snoring resumes. God. It's like his brother. And the last one, I believe, is in this big tent. Well, the last one we've actually been sent to look for so far is in this tent. Yes, that's right, he's stuffing his face. Griffo.
The food at this fair is delicious and abundant.
Hello there, stranger. I'm waiting for another plate of meat and cheese, but if you let someone know, I'm sure they will bring you one as well. Food at this fair is delicious and abundant. You tell Griffo that Bingo Boffin, blah blah blah. I've not seen Cousin Bingo in a long time. The last time he came to visit, I was very small. I remember Mother served a delicious roast duck pie, and there was plenty for everyone. I will return home to see Cousin Bingo in a moment. He spilled his beer. Well done, mate. Yes, typical hobbit. Booze up. Job to do here. Right, so we've done that. Just clear up what we can here, because we will be sent into the old forest soon. So we may as well get to that situation. Right, chat to Bingo.
How does Priska keep track of all these children?
It looks as if all the children have returned. Where did Priska find the time to have all these hobbits? Well, wouldn't you know, Bingo? You bachelors. And how does she keep track of them all? I want you to promise me something, Bimblin. If somewhere along this journey I decide I want to have children... Oh, you can sort that one out yourself. Remind me of Cousin Priska, then talk me out of it, with force if necessary.
I am really sorry about this, but I
must confess that I did not remember Priska having so many sons and daughters. I will work to remember all their names. When I was last here several years ago, one of Priska's daughters made an impression, for she was becoming quite an adventurous sort. What would she say about my present journey, I wonder? She had a flowery name, I believe. Marigold, perhaps? Yes, that was it. Now, where is young Marigold? That's a point, because we've not been asked to look for her. Bingo appears at the assemblage of boffins, with his curious smile slowly fading. Uh-oh. I'm really sorry about this, Bimblin, but I think we forgot one. So, let's have a word with Angelica.
Marigold has been going further and further into the old forest recently.
You're right. I don't see Marigold anywhere. But that's not unusual. She's always wandering off. She fashioned herself a wooden sword and fancied herself a hero.
Can you believe that? She's been going further and further into the old forest recently, and sometimes brings back mushrooms and other treats for the rest of us kids. It's dangerous in there though. Bats and roots and wolves, she says. If you're going to track her down in the old forest, you'll need to deal with all of those at some point. And that's why we went through all that, because it gives us a quest in the old forest that we'll be doing. So, we're now an honorary boffin. Isn't that nice? So I think we've done everything there. We are waiting for... that's old forest. We will get Farmer Maggot's produce, because it's on the way back to Bree. So we'll do that. And then as soon as we've done that, I will use the milestone to get back to Bree. Quick lickety-split. Speak to Strider. Strider is, surprise, surprise, going to send us back to the old forest. And then we can return to Buckland and the high hay. And we will leave it there just before we go into the old forest. So that's the plan. That should be about 30-45 minutes, I think. But first, let's get this done. Let's get Farmer Maggot his produce back. It's over on this side. It's on the left-hand side of the road. And you come across a few bandit camps up here. We will see these bandit camps again, because we'll end up doing a few quests for Adzo. Whoa. Give him the swerve. Right, I think it's in here. Let's kill some of these brigands. Yeah. 2 at a time, that'll do me. There's the produce, I can see it. Just kill these clowns in here. I don't know how many we have to pick up. Oh, we only have to pick up 1. That's cool. That's to go back to Wilmac, but we'll go back to Bree first. Oh! No, we'll go to Adzo's first. The reason is we've got to turn in those boar shanks and bear carcasses and all the rest of it. Oh, the music's come on. That means we've got to kill this guy. Right, before we can get the silver deposit. It's been selling quite a bit on the old auction house. We're up to 44 gold now. So we're well in the money. Silver's good to sell. The reason being, it sells well as ingots as well. The reason being, it's used for making jewellery. So jewellers will buy it as well. And here's Adzo's camp ahead. There'll be a lot of other quests at Adzo's camp, but we'll deal with those when we get sent here again. So rather than clutter up my quests, we'll leave it till we've done the old forest.
Might I have a word with you?
Hey friend, you're not from around here, and that may be a good thing. This is serious business, and I can't trust any of these louts with something so delicate. Making a place of my own took an unexpected turn not so long ago, and I'm loath to tell my workers what has happened. I hope that you can help me with this matter. This satchel holds the last payment I need to ensure the safety of the folks here, and the sanctity of this soon-to-be splendid landmark. Just take it to the old Sweetgrass farm a little ways northeast of here and give it over to the man who answers the door. It may be Bill Fernie, that is. Bill Fernie? Bill Fernie? Or one of his helpers. Bill said he'd only be there at night, so don't waste your time hanging around during the day to catch a glimpse of him. Just knock on the door and ring the bell and hand over the satchel. Hear me? I've just remembered that we don't have... that all those quests I was just talking about, you know, about the bear carcasses and stuff, we actually finished those. We didn't have to take them on to Asdo. So, anyway, we've picked up that quest that Adso was just giving us, and that'll remind us to come back here later. Let's go back to Bree. So that's my fault. I could have gone back to Bree immediately. Don't. Right, let's bring us right back to the Prancing Pony. We've got the Tours quest to give to Parliament. No time for tours. You have returned with stories to tell, I imagine. I look forward to hearing them. I'm a bit busy right now, I'm sure you understand. If the pony is to keep running, you know, I must run right along with her. I'm sure you'll find the folk of Breeland are grateful for your help, friend. Your good name will be spreading even now. Your reputation in these parts is growing by the minute. You're welcome in Breeland and in the pony whenever you decide to visit. Good job and good day to you. Awesome. There we go. Right, Strider. Still got my eye on you, son. Step carefully. Oh dear, Strider. Here we go.
You bring dire news.
This is dire news. While the 4 hobbits I was awaiting are safe for the moment, the protection Bree offers is fleeting at best. We must leave soon, and if the enemy's suspicions were confirmed by these Crebain, that what they seek is no longer in the Shire. Our trip may be all the more perilous. You know, the scriptwriters, in their efforts to be, I don't know, you know, period dialogue almost. It sometimes a bit tricky. Yet the Old Forest is a twisting labyrinth that can lead even the most experienced tracker astray. Finding these Crebain will not be easy. We'll pick that. It's gold. Oh, hang on. 78. We'll have that one because it's got a name.
Listen well.
His own name. There is one who could find these Crebain for us, if we were to ask him for such aid. However, he may not see our worries as his. He is known by many peoples by many names. Of old, he was known as Oral to men, while to dwarves he was simply Fawn. The elves called him Iarwin Benadar, oldest and fatherless. However, in these days he is known as Tom Bombadil by those few who are aware of him. Look for old Bombadil's house, which lies at the far eastern end of the Withy Windle, and the river that flows through the Old Forest. He may help you if you ask him in my name, Aragorn. If you discover anything, I would ask that you address it as best you can. I wish I could help you in this task, but the safety of my charges comes before all else. See, so we're getting sent back to the Old Forest again. And what we've done here is hopefully we've picked up all the Old Forest quests. So we don't have to, we can sort of complete the Old Forest in one go without having to go back in. That's the idea anyway. Right, is there anything I've missed? Best to check now. No, that's back in Newbury. Wilmac's back in Newbury. Marigold's in the Old Forest, that's fine. Adzo's delivery can wait. Yeah, I think we're alright here. Right, I've just hopped off here because we've got to talk to Wilmac. Yeah, I think I let it out that that trip.
Oh, woe is me.
You found the produce? I cannot thank you enough. I had thought it lost, but now I have other concerns. Rollo and Doderick. Oh no. I'm worried about Rollo. After he and Doderick got back from looking for the brigands, they headed down towards Brandy Hall to speak with Saradoc, Doderick's uncle. They were none too happy and wanted to speak their minds on the jobs that the Bounders were doing. Now, it's just possible he ran off with his friend Doderick on some lark. I wonder if you'd do me another favour and go over to Brandy Hall and look for Rollo. Brandy Hall is at the centre of Buckland, south of the Buckland Gate. Hopefully Doderick's uncle Saradoc, the master of Brandy Hall, will likely know where those boys have run off to. Saradoc is Meriadoc's father and master of Buckland. Drumrick.
A lovely day, isn't
Tolly will help us. This is wonderful news. We'll begin preparing the crates for loading and should get on the road by morning. We truly could not have done this without you, friend. Please, take this. It should cover the cost of travels and a little more. I'm concerned for Tolly, though. What trouble could there be in the old forest? Don't worry, we're on it, Drumrick. Oh, he's got another bloody
Could I take a moment of your time?
You have done so much. I think that it's time to meet the hobbit that you've been helping, Adzo Haybank. You will find that he's a caring fellow with much on his mind. His camp is difficult to miss as the work is happening right along the roadside. You will travel east along the Great East Road for some distance, about halfway to Bree, before you arrive. When you get there, you should be welcomed. Thank you again, Bimblin. That is the quest I was getting mixed up with. That is the quest I thought I was handing in. But, never mind. Never mind. So I could have gone direct. I had no need to stop off at Adzo's camp before. But it doesn't matter. It's much of a muchness. We'll just go up to Brandy Hall. Because Saradoc is going to send us, you guessed it, into the Old Forest. So next episode will be an Old Forest episode. We may have to spend about 2 episodes in there actually. It is quite large. It's Saradoc.
Is there something I can do for you?
Maggot's farman sent you about Rollo, and the boys did not heed my advice and followed their own wills. The fools!
Might I speak with you a moment?
It's strange you should be asking after Rollo, especially at this moment. The tweens came to see me, upset by the lack of effort the Bounders are doing here in Buckland with regard to the strange big folk moving about. I told them the Bounders were doing all they could to keep that unsavoury lot out of Buckland, but the pair were adamant about being heard and kept yammering on about the Old Forest. I warned them to stay clear of the forest because Tolly, our woodcutter, said things are queerer than ever in there. Tweens can be foolish, and I fear that the pair have been more foolish than normal. Doderick knows his way to Bald Hill and not much further. If you're going to be looking for Rollo, you best start with Doderick, and you might as well tell him that I'm waiting for him too. Right, we'll do that, Saradoc. Oh boy. Right, finally. We've picked up all the Buckland quests and Strider's quest for the Old Forest, I believe. So we'll just make our way up there and call it a day. So we've got a bit to be doing in the Old Forest. I will show you the ways of the Old Forest, as quite a few of the quest givers have alluded to. It's a tricky place to navigate, but I'll help you do that. So we'll get off our horse, we'll walk in there. Let's get a funky final shot. We'll get in a bit so that bounder doesn't get in our way. So there we are. Yes, we've got all of the Buckland quests to go into the Old Forest. So now we should have the back and forth down to a minimum. We should be able to do lots of stuff in there without having to continually come out and go back in again. There will be a little bit of that because obviously we're going to have to go back to the original quest givers and give the quest back for our reward. But next episode, the Old Forest. So I hope to see you then. until then, this is me, Cat Weasel, saying toodaloo.